Alrighty, please excuse my lateness here. Let me just make some adjustments here. Had to do a little freshening up here. Had to, look clean, take my weekly shower. The usual stuff that I do once a week, as you know, because I got a shower before the Monday show. The rest of the week, forget it. That's asking for a lot. But, for you guys, I pull all stops. And so I do make sure I take a shower for Monday. And I might have to, let me just make some adjustments here. Looks like we already have a bump in chat. What's up, David Glenn? Oh my God, what the fuck is with these dirt bikes? Seriously, these dirt bikes are annoying. I get it. People can have fun riding their dirt bike, but come on, man. Come on, man. As, our president would say, come on, man. How you doing, Caleb Reynolds? I hope the chat is, oh, I got an overlay. I can do that? I didn't know I could do an overlay. Oh, that's cool. It kind of takes up all of the screen, though. I will turn it on intermittently. So today, and what the heck is that? I hope that doesn't actually show restream on. Okay, let's hide that. I was doing a little experimentation today. So for example, you know what? I need the window open. I can't be hiding behind these dirt bikes, But anyway, real quick, I need to open up the Clip Studio application and enable something real quick because I need to have a green mat. Same thing I use whenever I do artwork on floral from under a rock. We need to have a green thing painted here. So that'll take me about 5 seconds, hopefully, right? So we're gonna just do a quick little trick here because I'm gonna do a little magic today. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna explain it as soon as I get to the step that involves the magic, because I don't want to tell you, I don't want to let you in on what I'm doing until I actually do it. So we're going to open up my pictures folder. Hopefully I don't have an accident like that Marxist guy when he went, whoa! Did I show you guys that video clip? Fucking dirt bikes. Anyway, let's get this thing on the road here. We're going to pull up a little video clip for you guys. And then we're going to, I got to send a link to my homeboy. Yeah, I got a couple of things to do back to back here. Where's my phone? Because I promised one of my boys, one of my way back friends, that I would send him a link to tonight's show. And so, I better do that. Oh, I better hit the like button. I just hit the like button on my own stream, and that might seem weird, but it's like, you gotta hit the like button, because if you can't love yourself, you can't like other people, right? And I certainly don't like the dirt bike outside. Hey, does anybody know the color code for hexadecimal green? Like off the top of your head? I'd hate to Google it. Alright, I'll Google it. Hex green screen. Let's see. Hexadecimal green screen. What color is that? 00FF0000. Okay, good. We got hexadecimal green for the background. Because we're going to do something cray-cray right now as soon as I get to the step that allows me to do that. So, okay, good. We're going to put this on my bottom monitor. And then once I do that, we can move forward. But I need to take care of this first and foremost. So we're going to make this happen here. So we're going to do, let's see here. Oh, by the way, I will be on Wednesday's Floral from Under a Rock. So I hope I can find my Wilton mask, because I want to do my Wilton impersonation. It's really hard, but I want to do it anyway, It's not the easiest to imitate Wilton because he could be challenging, Okay, yeah. So, yes, you do see a window. Don't worry, we're going to crop that out. But there's a perfectly good reason why I'm doing what I'm about to do. And it's absolute madness, but it's going to be funny. Dirt bikes and snowmobiles can be annoying. Yeah, right? There was an old Italian guy in Brooklyn, and what he did was he put oil on the street, and it's like, that's like straight up murder. The guy went to jail, but I can empathize with the guy a little bit, just not a whole lot, just a little bit. So yeah, I'm sure you guys still wondering what I'm trying to do. Don't worry, we're getting there. It's gonna be pretty absurd what I'm gonna do. If I can't find my drawing pen, that's gonna suck. Yeah, I don't see my tablet pen right now. I don't absolutely need it, but I tell you, it would be nice to have. the graphic tablet pen for what I'm about to do. Whew. I took a cold shower and I'm still sweating. Well, I mean, I didn't really take a cold shower. I don't have the ability to do that. That just, you know, it takes a lot of, you know. But anyway, let's take care of this little Photoshop thing real quick, and then we're gonna get the show on the road, all right, boys and girls? So I appreciate your patience here because I got a couple of treats here for you today. What did I did have a couple of things in store, and for some reason it suddenly escapes me. Like, yeah, I got the fallback plan. You know, we got to store. Oh yeah, I got a new piece of kit on my telescope. So, and yeah, I apologize. I'm not giving you guys eye contact here. I'm just going through my pictures folder. And like they say, don't throw glass rocks in glass houses. Well, they don't say that, but you know what I mean. And so I'm afraid to open up my pictures folder because my luck, there will be something I don't expect to be showing you all. Okay, good. I found the picture that I'm looking for. Now we're going to go and do a quick copy pasta. Oh, that's annoying. That is so annoying. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, guys. So let's get that chat overlay on the screen for a moment while, you know, we let you guys talk amongst yourselves. I mean, obviously you can talk to me too, but, you know, it took me a minute to do what I'm trying to do. So I just want to, you know, get you guys entertained first. Get you guys talking. And I do want to say hi to Anime Night 1992, Bucky's Crafting, Pop Culture Mechanic, and the Phantom Hooligan. See, it's always like a turnout when you know, when I'm running late. You know, that's when everyone wants to show up. You guys conspired to show up now because you guys were like, "Oh, Ron's running late. Let's mess with him." I'm kidding. I know you guys don't do that. I know you don't do that on purpose. No, I'm kidding. I don't think he's a Phantom Hooligan. He's like pretty much out in the open with his hooliganry. Oh, that's convenient. I don't mean to sound like I'm complaining, but it is convenient when you go to open up a folder and then Windows is like, you know what? I'm going to do that indexing thing that I don't normally do. And it's like, well, Windows, I don't have time for that shit right now, buddy. All right, let's get this going. Okay, I found what I'm looking for. I need to get the eyedropper. Does Clip Studio have an eyedropper? Okay, there we go. Good. So we're going to copy this color. Then we're going to go back into this tab where we had the color green. And we're going to do something really, really devious here. So we got to get the paintbrush out. And we need to figure out... Okay, good. Good. Okay, this is going to be wild. Okay, we need to do... So you might be wondering why I have a green box in my face. Or why there's a white thing on the bottom of my chin. Well, we're going to do some visual effects today. So consider this a crash course in visual effects. So we told OBS to share what's on my, you know, this. So that's what the green box is coming from. So you're saying, okay, why is this guy doing this? Well, I used the eyedropper tool. I took a screenshot of myself and I used the eyedropper tool, right? And now we got to... Okay, good. That should be more or less a flesh tone. Now we're going to tell OBS to use the chroma key filter. So when we go to my second monitor, let's make sure my camera's not looking at my messy wall. We go to OBS second monitor. We're going to go and we're going to tell it we want to apply the chroma key here. Now, normally I do it a little differently, but today we're just going to do it like this. So we can do color key or chroma key. It really shouldn't make a difference. I honestly don't know why there is a distinction between color key and chroma key, but essentially they accomplish a similar function, which is to filter out the color green. And oh, that's weird. The wire from my webcam is showing. That's what she said. Okay, now jokes aside, so now we can do a little magic here. We're gonna do some Hollywood magic. All right, now it looks like I have a little blemish on my face, doesn't it? So, okay, I'm going to confess what happened here. So what happened was I had an altercation with a razor blade. So my crazy idea, and oh wait, I remember how to do this now. Okay, first we got to change the color of that. So we got to go back into Clip Studio. So I have green tape on my chin right now because I cut myself while shaving. So I put the green tape on so the chroma key can like, make it transparent. And now what we're doing is we're gonna use the eyedropper tool, which apparently I didn't click on because I'm still learning the hotkeys. And we're gonna then paint this in that color like this. See, look, that's like a nice flesh tone. And maybe we should do like airbrush. All right, now we're gonna go back to that main camera view, right? And of course, like this looks a little problematic, but we can fix that. So how are we gonna fix that? Well, we're gonna fix this very easily. Well, one, we're gonna go back to Clip Studio. We're gonna expand the area of the paintbrush by like a lot. Then in OBS, and this is the part that you're gonna have trouble seeing, but I'll try to share it with you. We're gonna go back into OBS. We're gonna go back to the main camera view, and we're gonna go here. We're gonna take this thing here. I'm gonna put it in the layer behind my camera, and the safest way to move this down a layer, oh, it won't let me do it unless I transition. So we're gonna use a little down. That's whack. All right, you know what? I'm gonna just do it the old-fashioned way. Sorry, guys, I can't share my screen while I do this. So we're gonna hit this button here that moves it. There we go. Now it's in the lower layer. So see when I move this box around behind me, notice how this turns peach colored? So now I want to match my skin tone. So I literally got green tape on my face, like right now. And so my idea was like I would obfuscate. It's like, it's probably fine now. The shaving cut probably healed. It's probably fine. But my luck, I'll remove this tape and it'll just start gushing on camera. And that is not family friendly. What's up, Real Wade Gaming Nation, Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips? Let me know if you want to hop on. I mean, I'm basically keeping it real casual. You know me, I kind of just talk about astronomy crap. In fact, we're going to jump onto the telescope right now. If nobody joins, I don't have to put on my headphones, so that's the good news. But if somebody joins, that's cool too, because Wade is a good guy. Lowell DJ is a vampire. How bad? Well, it's not that bad, but it would be worse if it was in the front. The fact that it's on the bottom of my chin allows me to like literally put, see, green tape there. So it does the thing, right? So, I just need to get a matching skin tone. So that's why we keep going back to this. So we're almost there now. Look, so now we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to see, so what do we need? We need like a darker color or a lighter color? Wait, now it's missing. We need darker. So, oh crap. Okay, wait. I know what I got to do. I got to move my head up. I got to hit record. Nah, that's too complicated. Let's just eyeball it. Okay, we're gonna eyeball it by using the eyedropper tool. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna say, okay, we need like a darker shade of my skin. Like, it's like doing a skin graft. Maybe we can make it a little darker. All right. Whether or not this works, we're going to go on to the next step. The next step is having fun. So anyway, let's roll with this. Let me see. I'm about to take this off and see what happens. Ooh. I think we'll be fine. If anything, we can use the color red in our chroma key. Just put a puppet on your head. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, Bucky, we could just do that, right? We could just, we can just, what do you call it? Oh, good. I'm so glad. See, I almost pulled a vouch. You saw that? I just showed you guys my pictures folder, and luckily it's all harmless stuff, but just imagine how easily it would have been like just to be like that guy when he was like, whoa. In fact, let's see if we can find a video of that guy going, whoa. Because I think it's a funny video, and then we got to connect to my telescope. Shoot, am I live on every other platform? Let's see if we're live. I think we're on Rumble, and we're streaming live on X today. So yeah, my first time on X, and I might have to take down the video. No, I'm kidding. Maybe not. I honestly don't know how to check if I'm streaming on X. So I just want to say to people on X, if you're watching me, thank you. I'm sorry that I didn't take the time to learn how to use this before streaming, but the show must go on. So we're going to proceed by opening up a little piece of software called Parsec. And Parsec is like, you know, a unit of speed in Star Wars, apparently. It's also a unit of measure for distance in Star Trek. And what we have today is the moon, which is, you know, Earth's satellite, one of our satellites, our natural satellite. And we're going to put it in the center, and you're going to notice it's a bit blurry. Good stream. Oh, have a good stream. I thought you were complimenting my stream. I was like, it's not a good stream. I didn't even start yet. But thanks for dropping by, Bucky. Thanks for hitting the like button. And you have a wonderful evening. So let's see here. We got the moon. And so this is cool. So it actually worked today. So we used contrast detection. And I barely know what I'm doing here. So it's been hit or miss. But this little curve is sort of showing us where the motorized focuser peaks. See, it's already in the peak. So in theory, what you would do is you would run what they call a scan, and then after running the scan, it would generate this curve. Then you would tell the software, you know, give me the best. That's weird. Oh, I know why it's doing that. Okay, let's fix that right now. Well, come on, you're going too fast there, little moon. There we go. So now we're going to click best focus or best score. So what's basically happening is this measures how blurry the object is. So it'll essentially, like, just like before, I click on buttons and it moves a motor around, and either the picture gets blurrier or sharper. Oh, thank you. Well, that's cool. Thanks for checking, Bucky. Literally don't know how to... Maybe if I click on my own profile, I could see my own stream. I mean, I guess I don't really need to watch my own stream, but, you know, it's like, it would give me, here we go, profile, media. Yeah, I give up for now. I mean, as long as it's working. Oh, here we are. Yeah, that's cool. Look at that. I'm on TV. I'm on Twitter TV. For the first time ever, I am on Twitter TV. And I'm now following Andy Masterson and Leros. Might as well follow some people who are friendly. I mean, both of those people are very nice to me anytime I see them in chat. I mean, that Andy Masterson guy, he does not have to say hi to me ever. You know, he's like popular. People know him and shit. And yet, sometimes he will say, hi, DJ Ronnie G. And I appreciate that from someone who could potentially garner a larger following on the interwebs, on the tubes of you. The YouTubes. That's a glitch there. I'm sorry. I just need to check something here. Okay, we're looking good. All right, let's see here. We got the graph. So remember that stream I did with the VCR? Yeah, I just got like, not a strike, but I got like a YouTube warning for playing Jingle All the Way. And I don't understand. It's like, it took them weeks to like warn me. So look at that. It's actually in focus and I barely did anything manually. So this works. And so now, where do we proceed from here? Well, we might take some pictures of the moon. So we might say, hey, take 100 pictures of the moon. Because, you know, you take 100 pictures and then the software will turn it into a video. I mean, you'll take the video and you turn it into a series of frames. So right now it's capturing 60, 70, 80, 100. Well, it's 90. So we see a little counter in the corner. Where's my camera? I'm sorry, guys. I'm depriving. Oh, I'm big. That's what she said. That's better. Now it's small. That's what she said. Okay. Sorry, guys. I got a bit of a oh, that's cool. It's like that Star Trek episode. Shoot him. No, shoot him. Should I maybe reverse these? Let's reverse this. Hey Ron, how you doing? I'm doing all right, man. Yeah. Oh man, people are gonna think I'm weird if they go back to the tape. They're gonna be like, this guy talks to himself. High five. Wait, let's do that again. High five. I could just play with this. You know, when I'm not on stream, I play with this shit sometimes. Maybe we can make this the intro. Okay, we gotta figure out where the stopping point is. Yeah, there we go, got it. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. That's very, very, very immature of me, isn't it? I'm practicing the robot for the Wednesday show, where Punk Waddle kindly invited me on to be on with him, and we're substituting for Floral, which means, man, we are gonna be wild, man. Floral's gonna be like, I regret putting you guys. Wonder Twins power act. Oh, that's a good one, pop culture mechanic. Wonder Twin powers activate. Form of a beast. I forget how they do it. It's like what? Shape of a watch. I think one turns into objects, the other one turns into, like, you know, things, animals. Okay, so there we go. So now here's the important thing here, guys. So now we did that in red. Now we need to do green, because remember, we don't capture full color unless we combine all three colors. Now, theoretically, this is already more or less in focus, but in practice, I find that the faster the optics, or the more light sensitive the optics are, the less so this tends to be the case. So what I just did was I told it to go in the positive direction. So this is in focus, and I went and I moved it to the right. Now we're going to tell it to do a new scan. Now, there's two ways to do this. I'm a noob here. So we're going to reset the measurement here, and we're going to do a negative scan by clicking negative scan. Hey, what up, Lemon Pie? I forgot, I saw, what's his name? Klobby streaming today, and I was going to drop in, but then I got busy at work, and I was like, the least I can do is tune in on his Monday show, you know? You know, especially because, like, I'm waiting until Voyager ends. So, Clobbering Times, they're watching Star Trek Voyager on his channel. And I like Voyager, but I don't know if I could, like, sit through the whole series in one shot. I've done it recently enough. So, Enterprise, on the other hand, that one I can, like, sit down and watch again. So, I'm looking forward to Enterprise. I'm kind of dreading the Xindi arc, you know, but, like, other than the Xindi arc, I love it. Oh, I found a video I was looking for. So, I don't know if I should be playing a political video, but I think you guys remember this one here. So, I found a video, and maybe I shouldn't play this video. Vote now if I should play a video that may or may not result in trouble down the road. It won't result in trouble now. It's not, you know, it's not anything wrong. There's nothing dirty in it. It's totally family friendly. But if I play this, and then the guy in the video catches wind, he might, you know, decide to, like, cancel me, and you know how that shit goes. Okay, so this is getting interesting here. I mean, not really interesting. It's getting blurrier and blurrier, and it's not looking any better. And so now at this point, we're gonna stop the scan. I think. I guess we'll let it finish. It says 15 out of 20. No, I'm not waiting for that shit. Pardon my language. I'm sorry, guys. So let's do 15 steps. In all seriousness, though, I do need to get guests on, I think, for next week, because I keep postponing that, but I mean, you know, I want to do some kind of Star Wars bull crap, and you know, I need, like, a panel for that, and I know we got good people who'd be willing to jump on a panel, pending, you know, providing they're available, but I do have to do that. But anyway. We're going to go and now switch to the ASMR segment of the stream, where I'm going to talk softly. So make sure you have your headphones on. And I'm going to whisper. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing ASMR, guys. I promise. Never, never. Oh, not this channel. Maybe I'll make another channel. Play it? All right. Well, Lemon Pie is a reputable, you know, viewer. So if he says to do it, I'm sure it's perfectly safe. Oh, shoot. Okay, I got to make a recording real quick. Alrighty, so we're making a little recording in the middle of a live stream, because a while back I sent a link to our friend Jolly, and basically he needed a copy of Windows Movie Maker, right? So on my bottom monitor, I actually have something very, very, very relevant. So if I go to open up this video here, it asks me what media player to use, and this basically started happening after I installed Windows Movie Maker. And I did it because when somebody asks me for software, if I've never tested it, I test it on my own computer to make sure it doesn't break anything or cause any weird issues. So in this case, I installed Windows Movie Maker, which came with a couple of other apps. It came with, like, an extra Windows Photo Gallery app. In fact, it's probably down here under Media Player. And so bottom line, now when I open up pictures, first time I open up a picture after installing this came up. Same thing right now. I'm opening up an MOV file, and because this is the first time I'm opening up this type of video file, it's asking me what program to play in. And it's all because I installed Movie Maker. So to rectify this, I mean, permanently, I already have my preferred media player highlighted. What I need to do now is click always. Oh, whoops, I'm on the wrong monitor. Let's try it again. Let's go to my top monitor for a minute. So yeah, we double click the video. This comes up, right? But before I click play or OK, we're going to click this checkbox over here that says always use this app to open this format, which is a MOV file. And I may have to do this a few more times. Like when I open up an AVI file or like a format that I have not opened yet since installing Movie Maker, this will pop up. So I need to send this video to our friend Jolly of Snowdub Music and Entertainment. Is he in the chat bot? I don't know if he's in the chat bot. I might have to program him. I feel like it should just be like Snowdub, but I don't know if it is. I really got like I procrastinated on that one. Okay, so anyway, bottom line is that, see, I double click on the video. This is highlighted. Always use, click OK. So it's a minor inconvenience, but once I do it, it works. So that's the video clip. Now we're going to end the recording. So yeah, do you remember the time this guy accidentally opened up porn on his computer? So he was like, in fact, I think I have audio for this. Let's see here. I wish I had a beard like that. Well, not like that, but close. Yeah, I mean, I give it, you could grow a beard, you know? I mean, you know, it looks a bit like Mark's if it was gray and dirtier. And dirty in general, you know. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. Let me get to topic here. My brain is a little scattered. Okay, so we got audio. We're going to lower the volume so we don't make you people deaf. Hey, that's weird. I don't hear anything. Oh, wait a second. We have to unmute the sound. Is my sound card selected? M-Track Solo. Yeah, it was already on the default sound device, but we're going to do it again to be safe. I don't hear jack shit right now. You guys hear stuff, but I don't hear things, right? You guys hear that? Am I tripping? I mean, you could hear it. I can't hear it. Can you guys hear it? I mean, I see the VU meter is all bumping. Oh, you know why the sound doesn't work? This is so stupid. The reason the sound didn't work was I was on the wrong computer. Because when you're logged into a computer remotely, it's very... Nah, this ain't working. Okay, let me just do something real quick, guys. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second here. I don't know why it's being funny like that, but we're going to just unplug my sound DAC, my USB interface, and plug it back in. Luckily for me, I'm not using XLR microphones, so I don't have to work. Okay, good. We got sound. I got sound back. Oh, but now OBS is all like, nuh-uh. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be talking like a diva. Oh yeah, we got the sound back. All right, guys, let me lower the volume because that was pretty loud. What up, James? Lord, I feel like an ancient sir today. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Skittles are unicorn scat. Yes, they are. So anyway, this is what happened. This guy's like looking at pictures of like weird like suits that are kind of like ephemerate, and like or at least the Asian guy looked ephemerate. No offense. And he's like, oh, I gotta save a picture of this suit. So he goes to save a picture of the suit, and when his folder opens up, it says desktop to be sorted. It's got like, you know, like gaping assholes and weird pornography like that. So when I saw him go, oh, it reminded me of the Soy Jack guy. And of course, you know, since that's a popular meme, I was like, oh. You think we can make a song out of that? What do you think, Lemon Pie? Since Lemon did say, you know, post it. I posted it. Now you got to tell me, buddy. No, I'm kidding. And then I got another video clip here that I want to check out, but I'm afraid to. It could be like really bad. Oh, this one's fire. This one's cool, yo. This is a short, actually. So, what happened was some weeks ago, I posted a short, and shit, this thing is loud. And basically, this is just my Javelin mobile suit, which is currently missing a foot. I think the foot is somewhere here. I gotta find it. I gotta like clean my desk and find the missing foot. But so we use that particular Gundam marker. We use that particular top coat. We got the automotive look. We use the glitch, and because I am a swell guy, I gave credit to the YouTube channel which posted the music, and that is Jesus Quill Yamato. Now, if there's any otakus in the chat who could tell me why, you know, the name is Jesus Quill Yamato, please. Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. This I showed weeks ago, but I'm going to play it one more time because this is one of the reasons I like, well, not the only reason, but it's one of the things I liked seeing in Legend of the Galactic Heroes was the carnage. So you got these two crewmen walking in the corridor of the ship, and they just see like a beam shooting through the wall, and they're like, and the girl just gets this look of utter horror in her face. She has the right idea. And then this guy's getting thrown clear. And possibly getting his limbs separated. Anyway, let's get back on topic. I'm sorry, guys. I get sidetracked so easily. So what were we doing again? Oh, yeah, we were focusing on the moon. Oh, cool. I can click on the chat. I didn't know I could do that. Going with a melange of Yoda and solo actor. Ah. So this is the first time I'm really using this chat thing. And it works. And one day, if I get to have super chats, I can, like, you know, maybe the emojis, the super chat emojis will actually show up here too, huh? Because that's like one of the things I noticed that doesn't work for most people is the super chat emojis. Okay, so this is not giving me the option to click best focus. So what might we be able to do? Well, we can maybe crank up the brightness a little bit. Click reset. Maybe go like, say 600 steps in the positive direction like this. And if it doesn't get clearer, we're going to go backwards 300 steps in negative direction. And we're going to do a scan in the negative direction. So now, let's see if this works the way it should. When the chassis has this much distance and age, not this good you look. Yeah, I'm sure you look quite fine. You know, it's like they say about, you know, men age like fine wine. I mean, I'm sure some men age more like, you know, maybe like a oak barrel or like a moldy barrel. Because, I mean, like, does fine wine age? Well, actually, here's the thing, like, aging fine wine happens in a barrel. So the question is, I believe it happens in the barrel, but once it's out of the barrel, I mean, maybe some age adds something to the profile of the flavor, but, you know, you can only do so much, you know, like at some point, you're gonna have to, like, you know, get rid of that wine bottle. And then, what was it? The barrel, if it ain't wrinkled. And then, what was it? I read a book. In fact, I'm sure you guys heard about the three-body problem. I didn't watch the, wait, what? We're talking about an animal in the street? It's Uncle Arthur, both types. It's just a survivor side effect. Ain't angry about it. Going with a melange of Yoda and solo actor. I'm moderately confused. When the chassis has a... I kind of get these metaphors, I think. Oh, okay, it is... Okay, I didn't know that. It's aged in the bottle. Okay. So, it said the focus scan is completed, right? But look at this mother effer. It's not doing the thing. So, sometimes it's like hit or miss. I'm still getting there, but... Ironically, it is way more, like, functional than it was in the past. Like, this is actually better functionality than I've had already. And the fact that, like, earlier today I'm on the bus and I click the button, it does the scan, and it actually lands where I wanted it to land is pretty sweet. So I was going to play some Star Wars games today, but, you know, like, this seems to be, like, you know, worth our time more. It looks like Wade, if Wade wants to jump on, he can. I know I said before, like, oh, if I have someone join, I gotta wear my headphones. But no, yeah, you know, let me know, Wade. You know, get a good 15 minutes in. Or if anyone else wants to hop on. But, I'm gonna be out in, like, about 15 minutes, you know. I mean, I know I ran late, so I guess I should stay on later, right? You know, give you guys your money's worth. However, sometimes a moldy cork ruins the bottle. Yes, I've heard that. So here's what I learned. I was reading The Three Body Problem, you know, the book by Cixin Liu. Cixin Liu. Literally, that's the name of the guy. Cixin Liu. Here, I'll just show you the name of the book. Body Problem. And the problem is when you have 3 bodies, you gotta pay for 3 phone bills. Alright, that's terribly corny, I'm sorry. But now you know about this book, I'm sure. This is about the Trisolarans. See, got that little pyramid, and the guy's name is Cixin Liu. Holy shit, my screen just got darker. You know what that means? It means that I have dynamic contrast enabled, and I didn't even know it. That's so bizarre. Yep, my screen's getting dimmer because of dynamic contrast. I'll have to remember to change that setting. I don't like dynamic contrast. I just want a set contrast setting, especially when you could see the screen brightness changing. I'm not crazy about that. But anyway, yeah, so you guys, they got a Netflix series about the 3 body problem. And yeah, apparently this is a screenshot. So anyway, my point is there's a part in the book where one of the characters is given like enormous authority. The UN decides that because the aliens have the ability to hack every computer on the planet, and basically any plan we make is going to be available to the aliens, the United Nations decides to basically give a bunch of people authority to, like, very broad authority to, like, you know, come up with plans of action. And so if I was like in that position and I said, like, hey, there was a treasure ship that crashed in the, you know, in the Galapagos or whatever, in the ocean, and I want to, you know, let's say, so what happens, okay, and there's a part in the book where a sunken ship was found from the, like, 1500s, and in the ship was a what do you call it? A chest full of old whiskey. So the guy goes, I want that whiskey. And the UN, the people are like, why do you need it? It's like, well, according to the rules of the project, you're not allowed to ask me why. I said I want the fucking bottles. I want them. So they get the bottles, they get it delivered to him. So now the guy's in his cabin, and he's like gonna drink this shit. And he gets super sick from it. Because as they describe it in the book, and I don't quite understand this, maybe somebody can explain this to me, but these old whiskey bottles or old scotch bottles, I don't know if there's a distinction there, had brass labels inside the bottle. And my only thing I could guess is that maybe like they put a brass label on the inside of the bottle. I have no idea why, but I can see why that would make the bottle unhealthy. So yeah, is that a thing? Is that a thing? Do they put brass labels inside of, you know, of these bottles? I have no idea. Yes, that is correct, David Glenn. Those are the wall facers. So, see, we got someone familiar with the, you know, with the thing here. I'm kind of ancient for keeping up with pop culture. Oh, I mean, you don't have to be ancient. I keep up with pop culture. We got him up in the chat right here. Where was he? See, we got Pop Culture Mechanic. I keep up with him. And, you know, he says, call me Pop. But the problem is I call my dad Pop. So if I call him Pop, and then my dad's in the same room, he's like, what do you need? I'm like, no, I was talking to him. But, jokes aside, it is, oh, shoot, I didn't say hi to Dad Man. What's up, Dad Man? Walking? I don't know if you're still here. That's okay. You know, you're not obligated to stay, of course, but it is good to see you. And I always appreciate when you drop in. And Mrs. Dad Man has some interesting Lego builds. I got to see if she finished that Lego project yet. She had Mrs. Dad Man had an ambitious Lego project going. And of course, I do want to say hi to our friend QEPX, which stands for Quantum Eraser Programmatic Xavier. Because he's got mind powers like Dr. Xavier from X-Men. It's true. Oh! Fascinating. Okay, did this bullshit work? No. It did not work. What am I paying these guys for? No, I'm kidding. Okay, actually, oh wait, I didn't do the scan. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna do a negative scan. What can we do with this? There's gotta be something we can do with this tape here. Oh yeah, I can make my skin brown. There we go. Now I'm brown. Oh, not bad. Pulled off a little bit of the scab. I'm sorry, guys. That's nasty. Where's my boy Jimmy? He said he was gonna watch my show. No, I'm kidding. But he's my buddy. He's my buddy. So my other friend Jimmy James, not you James, the other James, because we could potentially have two Jameses watching right now. I think Greenland or copper probably stops the fermentation, and I think Greenland or Iceland, which isn't very icy of them, is it? But anyway, let's see here. I want to check something real quick. What do we want to do next? Like, if we do we really want to dig around with the telescope? I mean, I should, because it's like we got clear weather. Oh, look at the angle of the moon. Maybe that's interfering. You know what? Let's pick some stars. Let's pick a star cluster. Let's pick a nice star cluster. And this one's perfect because it's already on the other side of the meridian. So we can actually, we can actually work with this one here. So I do have to re-input the parameters of the camera rotation. I also have to do an unboxing upload. And I need to, yeah, I gotta get something uploaded because I don't do uploads, and I need to do uploads because, like, if we keep the viewership going, uploads are gonna be the thing that keeps me. Oh, I found my pen. That are gonna be the thing that keeps me from going further, going to the next level, as they say. So anyway, I'm sorry, I wasn't showing the camera. So this is a star cluster. This is M3, as M as in Mary, 3 as in T. I'm kidding. Yeah, so let's assume that this is just having trouble because of the weather or some bullshit. So now that we got that assumption in place, we're going to switch targets to, oops, I crashed Stellarium. That's okay. It opens up so fast on this computer, it's not a big deal. But yeah, Stellarium, like, it's a funny story. Oh, dude, I found a sexy picture of the Whirlpool Galaxy on my work computer, like, today. Like, I don't know where it came from. We're going to aim at the Whirlpool Galaxy right now. But if I can find this picture of the Whirlpool Galaxy for you guys, I'll find it right now because it was cool. It was cool. It was so cool. It was M51 Whirlpool Galaxy. So let's see. We're going to type in M51 on my Google Drive. Oh, boy. I have a treat for you guys. We have a real treat for you guys. Let me download this picture and make sure it's not in the same folder as any prawn. It is, but I think we can avoid showing prawn by accident. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Actually, it's not in the same folder as prawn. Oh, my turtle. I didn't even mean to hit that button. Oh, shit. Guys, I forgot to check if my turtle is in the tank. Should we do that? Oh, man. So, Squirtle, the one on the right, she's been escaping a lot lately. So, I guess after the stream ends, I gotta go downstairs and check if I can find her before I can go to bed because, I'm gonna get a camera this week, but until I do. So, check this shit out right here. This is M, how do I do this? This is M51, and we're gonna zoom in at 100% zoom. So, it's pretty grainy. But despite how grainy it is, I mean, it is a freaking galaxy. I mean, this shit has the fucking, part of my language, I'm excited. I'm very animated right now. But you can see it's got the swirl. I mean, that's a proper galaxy right there. So, generally, we don't get this in real time. Like, right now, we're not going to see this. We're going to see something similar, but fainter. It's only when you capture a number of frames and you stack them together. But I'm still quite happy with this, I mean, because, like, if I was to do this with multiple filters and multiple passes, I'd be good. And one of the challenges I've had to date is that I didn't have autofocus working at all. Now we're getting there. I think we're getting very close to this. And so what we're going to do is, once we get autofocus working, we can potentially automate this. But even if we can't, we're going to have an easier time getting it to focus between different filters. So when I go from red, green, and blue, or hydrogen, we can make that process a lot smoother. What's very interesting right now, if I decided to only do manual focus, it's a freaking breeze. It really is. Like, we'll do it right now because I can do it right now. It's not gonna be hard at all. So before we do, we gotta switch back to basically something comparable to a 4K resolution. We're going to stick in 16-bit color, which is, I think, technically 12-bit color. We're going to start with a, say, 7.5 second exposure. We're going to switch to a 1700 gain with a setting of 40 with the cooling unit at -5. We're going to try to get it down to -15, but the way this cooling unit works is it basically uses up more power to get you to a lower temperature, but the more power it has to use, the hotter it gets. The hotter it gets, the harder it is for it to cool the image sensor down. So right now it looks like it's going to have no problem getting us to -5, but I suspect that we're not going to have an easy time getting it past -10. I think that's the point where, you know, we're going to have trouble. And the reason we do that is because during a long exposure like this right here, it does take, you know, cause a lot of graininess, a lot of noise on the picture. Okay, so let's get this down to ½ a second. I'm going to show you the autofocuser in action right here. So we're going to do this manually, but using a motor. So right now, watch. I click negative, and it's not in focus. And why is it not in focus? Because I'm going in the wrong direction. So we're going to go, say, 600 steps in the positive direction. And see how responsive it is? I click on it, it does the thing. So here's one of the challenges I had in the past that I still have a challenge with, but it's running much better. So if we take this crosshair, okay, you guys can see that point of light right here, right? Let me see if we can zoom in a little more. Even though this doesn't give us clarity, it's important we zoom in, because what you're going to see here is that this line is basically in the middle of the star right now. But watch what happens when I go, okay, when I go negative, let's say we're going to go negative 150, it's sharper. Now watch what happens when I go positive any number, let's say positive 350. Notice how it jumped down. See how it went down? That is going to go up and down, up and down. So when you're moving in the positive direction, it always goes up, then back down. Now, the way I got it to go down is by setting a feature that basically automatically compensates. So what it does is every time I move it in the positive direction, backlash compensation will automatically, like I move forward 300 steps and it's going to automatically move it backwards 160 steps every time in order to correct for it. So right now what you are looking at is you're looking at a blurry star out of focus, and this red line, this crosshair, is showing us that the star is in the center of the frame. And when I hit negative, it's going to get smaller. No, it's actually going to get bigger. When I hit positive, it's going to get small. Well, you know, it depends. Basically, it's like any camera. When you're turning the lens, you're going in and out of focus. So right now, if I was to hit positive, it would go up. I think I figured out why the autofocus ain't working. So bottom line is that when you're moving forwards and backs, excuse me, this star is going to move up and down because there's a little bit of shifting in the mechanism. And so there's a couple of ways for me to cope with that. And basically, it requires me to sit down and mess with it. So until we do get to that point, we're going to let this run in a more manual mode. So to do that, we're going to actually disable backlash compensation. And we're going to go into preferences. And we're going to tell Sharp Cap to overshoot. So anytime I'm telling it to go positive, it's going to overshoot. I think I know why I was having trouble, but we're going to do it like this. So basically, let's try it out. So we're going to go negative 350. It gets blurry. Now we're going to go positive 500. It's going to go 700 steps instead. And then it's going to retract a few steps. And it does that so that now when it's going positive, you saw the star go up here. Then after it overshot the mark, it pulled backwards and then it got it back into position. So I have another idea. Now we're going to combine backlash compensation with overshooting. I don't know if this is a good idea. this might complicate matters, but we're going to give it a shot. So we're going to go positive, negative, negative, okay, that's something like progress. So now we're going to go 80 steps negative. We're getting some cloud cover now. So this is another thing. Obviously, the autofocus may not cooperate with us if we're getting clouds. And when the frame turns white like this, that's pretty good evidence that we're starting to get some cloud cover here. So, oh, look, a shooting star. So anyway, let's just get this back into manual focus, and then we'll see how well or how poorly we can do it. So we're going to go back to red filter. Oh, which star is it? Well, I'll show you exactly which star it is in like 5 seconds, because that's a good question. So I gotta say, this focuser is very responsive. It's way less tedious than what I've used in the past. Although I do want to be clear, and in my unboxing video, I'm clear about this in the recording, that the other product was not bad. There's a possibility I didn't have it installed correctly, but this one is still a better product. The other product is universal, and so that one's going to get some, use down the road, no doubt about it. So how are we going to find out where we're looking right now? Let's do this. We're going to do plate solving and resync. So what that's going to do is going to take a picture, compare it to the star charts, and we can actually, there we go, now it's automatically recentering. So remember that galaxy, the Whirlpool galaxy, it's in the middle now. And so you were just looking at a generic star. You were looking at one of these neighboring stars in this red box. So one of the brighter stars in this frame, that's what we were looking at. Now we're looking at the Whirlpool galaxy. That little spot in the middle, those two spots are the same thing we saw in that picture I opened up a couple of minutes ago. So now we're going to go and we're going to crank up the exposure to like 7.5 seconds. Actually, we don't even need to crank it up to 7.5. But anyway, we're going to do 15 seconds, see how the light pollution looks. So real quick, let's run through the things real quick. And I do want to say hello to Lady Mist. Thanks for dropping by. So what? Okay, so we answered the question that Lemon Pie had. Oh, I didn't show you the cool trick though. I'm sorry. Where my man is? Let's turn on deep sky annotation. So right there, see, now this tells us exactly what we're looking at. So I named it Whirlpool Test, so I know it's a test. But we can actually click on here. So this basically helps me use the plate solving feature to figure out where are we looking. So there's the galaxy, there's the neighboring galaxy, there's a few other galaxies in the background, depending on if the telescope can pick them up or not. That's another story. But because this can compare the constellations to the star maps, and it knows what type of telescope parameters I have, what type of optics, it's able to know that based on the size of my camera sensor, these things should be arranged in this manner. And it does, it figures it out. And so on a normal night, I would just use this feature to tell me what I'm looking at, or, I'd tell it where to aim. I would tell it to automatically recenter the target. And then I would click here to basically set the target name. Or if I wanted to pick one of these other targets, like let's say I wanted this other galaxy to be in the middle, or I wanted this galaxy to be in the middle. Any of the galaxy, like NGC 5198, I would click center in view, and this would automatically put it in the center. So this is actually one of the foundational features that eventually like in the past I couldn't even do this. So the fact that this feature works, it's like a step closer to like the holy grail of automation, as I call it. The focusing thing, we have a more precise focuser. I'm happier with this product. I mean, I'm happier with the way it works after I've installed it. Once again, the other product might have been able to perform similarly. The main difference is that this product, aside from being more expensive, it is more responsive. It even has like a web GUI. Like I forget what the web address is, but it does have like literally a what the heck is it? Focus Links Alpaca. So if I click Focus Links Alpaca, I'm like somewhat sure it's going to open up my web browser, and it did. And so this here will let me, and I don't think, oh, I know why it won't connect. I got to tell it the correct serial port. So actually, I don't know if I can connect to this right now while SharpCap is using it. But when I first tested this on my Linux laptop, this worked like immediately. So I didn't even know app images worked the way they did, but I downloaded the app image for Linux, opened it, and immediately ran this. Picked the right USB port, and it immediately worked. And so this potentially means that there are days where maybe I want to have the telescope on, I want to have the camera on this screen, but I want to have this browser window on my right screen. So I gotta have the remote desktop showing the telescope camera, the astronomy camera, and then I can have this on another screen so I can control the focus on my local screen, or, you know, any number of things. Perhaps you access it from the phone or something like that. But you really don't need there to be Wi-Fi or Ethernet built into the motorized focuser if you're plugging it into the computer over USB anyway. I have a motorized focuser that has Wi-Fi on it, and frankly, I wish they didn't put Wi-Fi on it and instead made a better product, because the first motorized focuser I bought, I don't want to, you know, talk about that brand today, but that one, it gets hit or miss reviews, and I personally wasn't crazy about it. So let's see here. No, but which star? It's what's a random star that is next to the Whirlpool Galaxy, which is M51, the Whirlpool Galaxy. If we want to identify individual stars, we'd have to probably open up this picture in All Sky Plate Solver, or upload it to astrometry.net. And if this was my day off, I would definitely do that. Since it's not my day off, we will not be using astrometry.net to, you know, do that. Oh, that's interesting. What's going on here? Dark Nebula, Association of Stars. Oh, that's cool. You can save a picture of annotations. So I think what this does is it excludes objects below a certain brightness level, but we can actually save this picture with annotations. And so now we literally have a copy of this. Yuck, this Windows Gallery is like, oh, would you like to use this AI editor? No, I don't. Sorry. Anyway, so you know, and let's see if we get and we already see a hint of the galaxy. So let's crank it up. I'm sorry, guys. Let's get right to the fun part here. So we're gonna go and crank it up to what? Maybe a 1 minute exposure, 2 minute exposure. Let's do a 2 minute exposure, and then I'll ramble on while it's taking the picture. It looks like it is somewhat cool outside. It looks like we are able to get -15 on the temperature, but that's not really important right now. Maybe it is Star Jones. I've read Star Jones, right? Am I mixing up the book here? Was it Starman Jones? That was an interesting book. I'm trying to remember what it was about. I think it was about a young man, and he becomes part of a ship, and they have an astrogator. I remember in the Heinlein book, they're describing the bridge of the ship that he's on, and he's like mentioning that the ship has a parallax comparator or something. Basically, it's almost like a thing that, like a camera or a device that has two pictures that are offset from one another, and it's able to measure how far away those stars are by using that parallax measurement. Oh yeah, I got 3D glasses. So about these 3D glasses, you know why they didn't really work? Or they worked somewhat, but they gave me trouble because I was seeing double. And it turns out, if let's say you put the blue lens on and you're seeing some of the red through the blue side, that's a problem. So you need to essentially adjust the brightness of your screen, or adjust the color on your screen to use 3D glasses on a screen. So I tried double stacking the 3D glasses, and it kind of helped. Who is first? Who's on first? Whatever. Yeah, that fucking shit. I remember hearing the who's on first thing, and I'm like, I don't get it. And then some kid and boys go, oh, it's happening in Costello. I'm like, okay, never seen that shit. And then my mom, I remember I was watching TV Land, and it comes up on a TV guide. I'm like, what's this Abbott and Costello thing? My mom's like, oh, yeah, I never liked that shit. And frankly, if all Abbott and Costello has is the stupid "who's on first" joke, I gotta say it's not. It wouldn't be my cup of tea either. But maybe they have more. Maybe they do more stuff, Abbott and Costello. I don't know. I don't want to disparage them. Maybe they worked harder than Babe Ruth and Jackie Gleason combined. You see, we're getting a little bit more whirlpool. So either A, we take more pictures and we get more contrast like we did in the picture that we still have open. Let's see if we can find that picture again, because I think it is very instructive. So one of the things that you do when you take the pictures, it's not abnormal to have a gray background. It's totally okay. Because once you do your processing, you're gonna be able to darken the background up anyway. The more important thing is that you're getting your signal to shine, or that you're getting enough data to have a signal, like sort of like a signal to noise ratio. And so the signal will be the stars, the shades of gray that, you know, comprise this galaxy. And so if this was done on a red filter, then what we would do is we'd convert it to red and black. So instead of black and white, it would be black and red. And then you do that with the green and red layers. You combine them afterwards, and you essentially get full color. And then you could tweak the histogram settings a bit more to get, you know, that proper black background. But when you're initially capturing the picture, you do not need, or you do not necessarily want that black background, you know? Now, I don't necessarily want a background that's this bright, but like I said, I believe we have some haziness in the atmosphere. Hey Google, what's the weather? Partly cloudy. Hey Google, is it going to rain tomorrow? It's going to rain from midnight to 4 a.m. So I have to decide if I want to cover up my telescope before bed tonight. Well, first I got to look for my turtle. First I got to make sure Squirtle, Puffy's stepsister, is safe. Because, like I said, she's been climbing out, I think. I did take some precautions on Saturday night, but who knows? You know what I mean? She's a strong little chunky girl there, that Squirtle. As for Puffy, well, you know, she's also pretty tough, but we got it caged in there nicely and tightly there. You know, like that Smashing Pumpkins song goes, despite all my rage, I'm still just a turtle in a cage. It's not really a cage, it's just a tank with a vertical barrier on it. So anyway, it is 12:02 a.m. Let's see what the Twitters look like. Did anybody come up on Twitter? Let's see. I have no idea how Twitter works, so we're going to try it out. So I'm clicking on it now. I'm seeing my own video on Twitter. I hope it wasn't playing the audio. And by the way, guys, I might have made a mistake. Before, when I played that video clip in the loop, did it have audio? Please let me know. Because if it didn't have audio, we got to correct that mistake right now. Okay, good. Nobody chatted on Twitter, so I don't have to worry about ignoring people on Twitter. Nobody chatted on, oh, that's cool. There might be as many as 3 people watching on Rumble. If that's true, I humbly request that you please consider hitting that like button. If you don't like what you're seeing, that's okay. In which case, I humbly ask that you hit the dislike button anyway, and, you know, maybe leave a comment. Tell me what you didn't like, you know, but you're not obligated to do that, but I'll take the feedback. I'll take any feedback. So anyway, let's get back to the thingy here. So did we have audio before when I played that sound? Because if I didn't, did I have a bot here? Oh, is that on the other network? Oh, that was on the other network. That's boring. I mean, I appreciate that the bot shows love, but, you know, I'd rather, you know, have organic viewership. Like Captain Kirk. I do like the Restream chat panel, but I gotta see if there's a way to resize it. I don't think you could do anything to it. I think that's it. You're stuck with it. So I'll have to do my own customized solution. No audio. Okay, we're going to play that clip one more time because we need the audio, okay? Because I didn't realize you guys didn't have audio. I'm sorry, it is very unprofessional, but we're going to get you some audio. Despite all my rage, I still own a Facebook page. I do. Thanks for reminding me. Let's check Facebook real quick. I got messages. I did not get massages. I got messages. Okay, that's creepy. Facebook Messenger's like, messages are missing. Sync now. Oh, I'll do that later. Oh, good. My friend sent me a reply, I think. So, but does anybody know if there's like a big, like Jewish holiday, in recent time? The reason I ask is, I was riding my bike the other day down, across the street from a local Jewish cemetery, and and like I see a shit ton of like police. I see a bunch of cars. I see a tent set up with some Hebrew writing on a sign. I see like all this. I see the showrim. It's like a Jewish protector. The word means protector in Hebrew. I see a fucking NYPD vehicle that's called Smyrna. It sounds like Smirnoff kind of, but it's like a Hebrew NYPD or what looks like an NYPD vehicle, and it's like there's a combination of NYPD and like community Jewish community protectors in the same area, and like they even had like a helicopter circling the neighborhood checking on the cemetery. So it's like and they don't do funerals on the Sabbath. That's not the thing they do. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to figure out like why. I'm like, were they doing something? Was it about Israel? Was it like about the recent stuff going on in that part of the world? Maybe like their mourning or some shit. But I'm just curious because like when I was on my way home, it was a little bit different. Now there were families. I'm talking like full Jewish families, either I guess Hasidic or Orthodox, basically the ones that dressed up a bit more, they look the part, I guess. They're not like your average like non-religious or semi-secular Jewish people. These are like more devout, and they they had the hats, they had the beards, the kids had the the what do they call them, paces, the sideburn curls, and I don't know what it was. And when you go on Google and you type in why there's so many Jewish people outside, or you type in the word Jews, which even though technically isn't wrong, it sounds wrong. You like, especially when you start going on Facebook, you post it up on Facebook and you go like, why are there so many Jews outside? It's like, this just sounds like bad, it's like I don't think it's a good look to ask that question. So I didn't go on Facebook. I guess I could shoot a message to my Jewish friends, but if anybody in the chat knows why that was the case, please let me know. Oh, that reminds me. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a turtle in a tank with a vertical. I can't even sing to begin with. Maybe we'll do karaoke night sometime. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a turtle in a tank with a vertical barrier on it. Yeah, see, like that doesn't work. I don't think it would work for people who can sing. Is it free? If it's free. Facebook is still free. I mean, it's not free as in freedom, but it's free. You are the product, absolutely. Passover was like a week or so ago. Zuckerberg is holding your messages. Yes, that I don't doubt. I don't know, it said something about the messages. It gave me the option to sync the messages. Then it gave me a message about them being encrypted. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I mean, like I trust you guys anyway. I mean, I wouldn't do or say anything on Facebook if like I was paranoid about it, right? All right, let's get myself in trouble here. So I'm going to turn off the camera of myself for like a minute so that I don't have to be on camera here. Although I think it's too late. I think I already, yeah, fuck it, we'll stay on camera. All right, we got the audio enabled. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Sorry, guys. We're going to lower the volume by quite a bit for your safety. Oh, wait. We got to loop it. 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 What? It's like doing like scratching on a vinyl. What in the butt? What in the butt? What in the butt? What? Actually, fun fact. First time I did that, that's how I did it. Like, I used the speed editor. So I'm sitting there, I'm like doing this. And I'm realizing it's like, whoa. So at that point, I'm like, I'm like, we could do something here. And then that's how I got inspiration. But like I said, it's like tightrope walking on a third rail. So I am on a, I thought it was F1. It does sound like an F1 racer. That's a good point. Hey, when did I click on the button that makes me small? That was not my intent. I am paying for the entire screen. I'm going to get the entire screen, by golly. That's weird. The chat is not scrolling at a certain point. There we go. Oh, I see how this works now. All right. That's how it's going to be. Let's turn off the overlay. So yeah, sounds like a Japanese motorcycle. Ah, like the Kawasaki Ninja from the Babylon 5 episode when Lanier built a motorcycle for Garibaldi. That was a fun episode. All right. So anyway, let's look at the angle we're looking at this. So this is like more or less directly overhead. So if we're not getting optimal scene conditions here, we're not going to get them anywhere. And it does appear we got 7 seconds left on the next picture, so we can actually see how it looks. 1 misses 2 to this. So it's not looking any clearer. And I don't think these are optimal. Oh, I made a mistake. Shit, motherfucker. I'm sorry. You know what I forgot to do, guys? Do you know? Can you guess? I forgot something very important when you do 2-minute exposures on a telescope. I forgot to use auto guiding. So we're going to turn on the auto guiding right now. Not wrong, Glenn. So we're going to refresh it. We're going to do 1 second exposure loops. And wait. Ah, bummer. Not going to happen tonight, guys. Wait. Still, it looks pretty shoddy. I think this one's way out of focus. I don't know. It's looking very sketchy. Like, this is going to be one of those situations where I go outside holding a flashlight to the front of the guide scope to see if it's even registering light. Because right now, I think we're all seeing right now, we're not seeing Jack. And it's probably extremely out of focus. But I would still expect to see something, you know, during a 7-second exposure. So right now we just set a 7-second exposure. So in about 7 seconds time, we should, what, did I say something that was not in English? I know I do that sometimes. I slur my speech and I say something. I don't think I said mortar, fucking dung. I did not say any of those things. But if anyone could decipher what I said, please let me know. Sweet dreams, David Glenn. I hope you have a cool dream. Maybe a lucid dream. Maybe you get to interact with your subconscious and have a conversation about cool shit. Maybe it'll be like that sci-fi book I read this morning where the characters did ayahuasca in order to interact with their ancestors in order to get, you know, assistance in fixing a car. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know if it's bullshit or not, but it sounded cool. What up, Chaos for you 728? Oh, we're having a great evening. Did you were you here to see the Kawasaki motorcycle clip? I don't know if I should be playing that clip multiple times. I feel like, you know, it's like you know, throwing stones in glass houses. But you know what? We're gonna do it for you. That was the one when the guy accidentally opened up porn on his computer. He was like, oh, let's save this picture of a suit. Then he goes to save the picture, and then he sees his porn folder, and he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, and like, he didn't really do it multiple times. That's me editing it. I mean, not me editing it. I downloaded that. That's a meme. Yeah. So, and all jokes aside, though, what's going on here? Oh, it's not responding. That's interesting. That's going to be fun. Maybe I connected to the wrong camera. Because this, you can't do a longer than 1 minute exposure on a higher focal length telescope. Unless this is doing the things it's supposed to do. And so we can validate that it's connecting to the right camera. We can then toggle this on. We do a 1 second loop. We begin the loop. And this is the part where we're supposed to see stuff. So either I have a lens cap installed that I'm not aware of. I have the camera installed in some weird way that is not appropriate for functioning, you know, inimical to it working, or something else. But either way, I'm going to go out there, inspect the equipment, maybe reboot the computer, and we're going to regroup on probably Wednesday night. Let's take a look at the weather, and then we're going to go and get us a link to Floral from Under a Rock so that you guys can make sure that you're ready for his show on Wednesday, because I don't know how I'm going to get ready for this show. But if I'm going to go through the trouble of being ready, I want to make sure as many people who are willing and able to watch the show are able to show up. And it appears that he does not have the pre-scheduled stream posted yet. So we're going to go ahead and post his live streams tab right here, so that you guys can, you know, subscribe and do all of the things that you would do in order to make sure that you're watching our boy and me and my boy Punk Waddle. So it looks like it's going to rain. It's going to rain tonight. So, I mean, it might not rain tonight, but right after this is over, I'm going to run to my backyard, cover up the telescope. He's like, it's going to potentially rain. It's probably not going to rain, but it might rain at 1 a.m. So we already have some haziness in the sky. So that kind of takes away my ability to, you know, test out the autofocus capability. I'm pretty satisfied with the manual focus on this new piece of kit, but it doesn't really, you know, it's not going to be particularly fun if we're going to have intermittent cloud cover passing by. Oh, by the way, I got a new Gundam model. You're going to love this one. But before I go, I'll show you guys the new box. I'm not going to put it together yet, but I'll show you the box. It's really cool, because I actually have a miniature version of said Gundam model, so I think we should take a look at that before we wrap this up. So, yeah, like it's hit or miss tomorrow, but I think we're just better off covering up the telescope. And let's look at the 5-day forecast, or however many days this one projects. No, I don't want to buy Sirius XM, but yes, thank you for showing me the lady stretching out her tank top while doing some kind of calisthenics yoga. See, they're always using the female image to sell us radios and shit. I mean, why can't they show me a girl in a bikini? Maybe I'd buy some of this $1,000 equipment if they had a woman in a bikini, huh? Oh, speaking of which, you know, I discovered a new type of headphones real quick. You guys ever hear of electrostatic headphones? You ever hear of these freaking things? So there's a brand called Stax, and there's a website that talks about it. They sell head amps. So the head amp is like necessary, because these use like some kind of 100,000 volt connection. So all of these oh, that's cool. I didn't even know they had cheap ones. Oh shoot, that was actually cheap for electrostatics. But you can see you got $1,600, $2,900, $800, $500, $6,000. And that's not even counting the amplifier. Do they sell kits? So you can get them in a kit for like 11 grand. So the amplifier is obscenely expensive. or you get the combination. So you get like, we just saw the headphones were actually not that expensive on their own. They were a little bit expensive, but like the combo, it's like you're paying for the amp. You're paying more for the amp, and it's got what looks like a DIN connector, almost like a mouse connector from an old computer. Not quite. It's not really a DIN. It looks like a twist lock, but these are very exotic. They have an open ear diaphragm design. There's high voltage going in there. They're kind of ugly, but apparently like they're like supposedly like really fucking good headphones. And I mean, I'm not buying them. Not this set. This set I'm kind of interested in. If I get an amplifier for like $300, I might get them. I'm not really gonna get them, but I know it's a bit of a curiosity. Now, the thing about electrostatic headphones are, because they are an open ear design or open cup design, if you're in a noisy environment, that will take away. So they're optimal for use in a quiet environment. They're not really necessarily great in a noisy environment. If I was to buy headphones today, I'd probably get the Sennheiser 599s. So the Sennheiser 599s are essentially a consumer grade version of a professional brand headphone. And these are pretty well reputed. They're up there with the Sonys. In fact, they're probably better than the comparably priced Sony headphones. These do have some kind of open ear design, which is a double-edged sword. The Sonys come with a 3.5mm plug, and then you have to attach the 1/4 inch separately if you need it. These come with the 1/4 inch by default, which normally might seem annoying, but since my DAC... Actually, no, my DAC does not have a 1/4 inch port. My DAC has a... That's annoying, so I'd have to use an adapter. What? Oh, it comes with 2 cables. Okay, that's even better. So you have 2 different types of cables, so you can use either one, depending on what equipment you're plugging it into. And then if you're using, let's say, the 1/4 inch and you can't find your little cable, they provide an adapter, apparently. So that's pretty sweet. Softcore prawn ad is on. Oh, boy. So, yeah, you know, I just want to share those headphones real quick because they were so weird. And I think they sell themselves. That's probably why you don't see any women in bikinis on here, because these sell themselves. Oh, you know who's on right now? I actually had a conversation with this person weeks ago. I asked them for permission. I said, hey, deleted scenes. Can I send my people to you after my show ends? And, you know, do the auto direct thing. And I keep forgetting to do it. But what I will do is find the channel. Oh, that's so weird. Now I can't find his channel. It doesn't exist all of a sudden. Yo, this is so weird. I suddenly can't find deleted scenes' channel. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. Oh, I misspelled his name. Okay. We got this. It's at deleted scenes, I think. Okay, we got him. So I don't know if he already had his live show tonight. Or maybe he doesn't have one tonight, but in the future, I will try to, if he's on right after me, I will try to send people directly to him because he's a nice fella. So check him out. Also check out Chaos for You 728. Did we program you into the thing yet? Do I have to manually get you? Whoop, that's not how you spell chaos. Ah, crap. I misspelled it. Sorry. No, we're gonna be done in I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. We just want to get a link out. So yeah, check out Chaos for You 728 if you like Nintendo. He plays a lot of Nintendo on his computer. I sound like an old lady, but no, jokes aside, he plays modern games. He's like a Ghostbuster. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get the test of this motorized focuser out until next Friday. That sucks. I like lightning, but I'd like to use my telescope. So this is actually a little unwritten rule. Actually, it's a written rule. Anytime somebody in the neighborhood or town buys new astronomy equipment, new equipment for their telescope, you will automatically get like multiple days, possibly weeks of rain. It's a scientific fact. So if I was to buy like a 10-inch telescope, there would be like 6 weeks of rain, basically. That's like literally the rule. So what we're doing now is we're lowering the power level on the cooling unit to like 15% so that we don't overcool it or overheat. We're also going to go ahead and set the camera to remain on, but not to take pictures. And I do that because if I don't, I worry that the cooling unit is going to automatically go to max power. And the problem is if it becomes 80 degrees outside or 100 degrees outside and you got the cooling unit running at full blast, you're going to have problems. You're going to have a really bad time. Like, you're really going to have a bad time. And so, we can manually lower the power level to 0 during the summer or balance it out. If we think it's going to be a little cool, humid outside, I might crank up the heat just enough to kind of keep moisture at bay. But yeah, like, it's like one of these things where, like, if I close this app, this thing might take it upon itself and crank up the cooling unit to a temperature that causes it to cook. Even though it's supposed to cool it down, it'll cook. So, oh yeah, I did promise I was going to show one thing. So we're going to do two things. We're going to park the telescope, which apparently we have to do here. Okay. So, wait a second. Connect. So, we got to do two things here real quick. We got to tell the telescope to park to the home position. So we're going to watch it do it right here. You can see we got this little 3D thingy here. And it's pointing to the north. So essentially this thing's going to swing. And now it's in the park position. So this is going to be the position in which I put the, protective cover on top of it to protect it from the elements. So anyway, I'm going to show you the model kit I already owned. And I'm going to show you the model kit that I bought that is related to it. So we're going to start with this one here. Oh, I should not have my account information there. Okay, so this is the Victory Gundam V-Dash. So it basically has a backpack, gives it more maneuverability and some beam cannons. That's the core fighter. If you eject the beam cannons and the cockpit, you get a core fighter. And I don't know if we have many pictures of a core fighter on this box, but I have one built right here. Now, maybe I could repaint it, but overall, it's mostly good enough. It needs like a little bit of touch-up, I guess. I'm not going to re-airbrush it. Also, this part snapped off, but it kind of works out because by snapping off this piece, you can actually see the original core fighter. This is literally the Victory Gundam core fighter. And then this is the, it docks with the backpack, which becomes a much more, robust. So essentially the beam cannons become auxiliary thrust engines. Okay, so that's the Gundam model kit that this comes from. Now, this is a master grade. This is a version Ka master grade, which is like basically super fancy. The instruction manual alone is like just really nice. Like, seriously, the instruction manual that's in this box is a beauty. And, we can see some like parts here. Now, theoretically, if you had a large master grade Victory Gundam, I believe you could dock this with it. But really, all you're building is the thing here and the weapon set. See, master grade MG. And then we got some close-up action shots. Now, when I work on it, am I going to airbrush it? I'm not so sure yet. But I'm not going to work on it right away because it's a master grade. And these require, I think, meticulous effort. And since I'm not going to be using the transforming functionality, I probably will airbrush it. So what I want to do is close out any of the model kits that I currently have. Or at least the ones that are important to me. And then once those are sorted out, organized, or otherwise stashed away and put away in such a way that I can ensure that I'm not going to lose any parts, then I can focus on that. But right now, I want to find the missing leg to this guy right here. I want to find the missing foot before I do anything else. Then I want to work on the Gun Blaster Easy. So we got Gun Blaster Easy parts here that have actually mostly been sanded down. Like, they're in pretty good shape, ready to go. And those are like two prerequisites before I even consider working on this kit. And then there's a ship I have that I should probably finish too. But we'll see. So anyway, I really want to thank everybody for tuning in. We got links into the chat if you want to check out any of the friends of this channel, including Chaos for You, Floral from Under a Rock, I want to thank anybody who tuned in on Rumble. Thanks for watching. I also want to thank the 9 views that I got on Twitter. Thank you for tuning in for however long or brief of a time that might have been. And of course, for everyone who's still staying, even though David Glenn's in bed, God bless that man. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you, James. Chaos for You 728, Lady Mist, Lemon Pie. Lemon Pie was one of the first people here. QEPX, good, he still has a wrench. Okay, good, I'm glad he has a wrench. I'm happy to see QEPX. I didn't really read all of his messages, I don't think, or he said hello, and... Oh, he sent a link. Let's see what the link was. He sent me some Minecraft thing. Oh, that's cool! Oh, okay, well, it's a whole 3 minutes, but... I'm afraid of getting struck out, but maybe we should show the video real quick. I have speakers on my desk now.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us. Today we're going to look at the moon. We'll discuss just what it completed a complete cycle of lunar phases, but has not completed a full cycle of lunar phases.
This is pretty cool. I don't like the AI voice, but it's kind of cool. It's a very nice picture, actually, because this is a proper color image of the moon. It's a bit oversaturated, but this is actually, this does actually reflect reality to some extent. So, I'm going to watch this on my own time so I can decide. I'm sorry, I didn't switch the camera angle again. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I'm going to watch this on my own time. But basically, it's going through the moon phases. And what's cool is if you look at the thumbnail image, you can actually see the moon wobbling a little bit. And this is because even though the moon, only one side of the moon always faces us, it does rotate a little bit. It does a little bit of a wobble, and it does some kind of precession, I guess you might call it. So I mean, it doesn't necessarily show you the other side of the moon, but it shows you enough to show you that, yeah, this is a ball. It is not a hologram. Or, I mean, I'm sure you can tell yourself it's a hologram, but no, I don't think it's a hologram. But anyway, to each their own, I think we show respect to people with outlandish beliefs or beliefs that we consider outlandish, and then maybe they'll reconsider, or maybe they'll be polite enough to tell us why we're wrong, and then they'll be able to convince me that the moon is a hologram, but probably not. Anyway, it's very easy for me to get sidetracked. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for tuning in. For anybody watching now or on the replay, if you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. And for now, we shall end transmission as soon as I find the correct button, because I imagine we need to find the right button to do this, right? Here. Oh, we got to play the outro. We almost forgot the outro, guys. Let's get that outro going, right? That's the most important thing. So we're going to watch. It's going to be Death of a Sphinx Column. I gotta hide that. Escape pods! Captain! This is the best plan ever. That thing's the size of Manhattan Island. Yes. The Rupert Armed Forces with Commandant Punkwaddle by his side. Because, I'm back on camera. I gotta run. Thank goodness I didn't take off my clothes. Sometimes as the stream is ending, I'll take off my clothes, and if the camera comes back on, I'll be like, oh my god! Okay, jokes aside, I want to thank you again all for tuning in, and we're really going to conclude this stream. So once again, like, subscribe.